So the other day, my husband had the opportunity to get his blood pressure checked at church. We had a men's day, and so I encouraged him to just, set the example and go get his blood pressure read. And so it came out to be like in the 90s over 50s. And so he came over to me and he asked me, he was like, "Hey, so what does this mean?" But I think someone had already told him that it was low, but he wanted to know, like, what did that mean, like, far as his body. And so immediately I kind of got like a little nervous, and I started thinking, like, how can I explain this? Do I know enough knowledge to explain this in layman's terms, because he has no medical background? And so it made me think about us as new nurses. When I started out as a new nurse, like, I always felt this way. Like, if someone or a patient asked me a question, I used to second guess. Do I know enough? Did I learn enough in nursing school to actually answer this question adequately? And so when I told him, I was like, well, in the hospital, we consider that kind of low. We consider that maybe we need to intervene or find out what's going on. And so, me being his wife, I know that today was a day that he works a lot. He doesn't eat mostly. And so I thought, okay, well, you didn't probably drink any water. So I was like, you're probably dehydrated. But then he went on to ask me again. He was like, but what does that mean for my body? And so there it goes again. I started to feel like, okay, can I explain this? Right? It always just happens this way. And so I told him, I was like, maybe because you didn't drink today, that's probably why. I was just basically saying that your body or your vital organs are not getting adequate enough blood in order for it to function properly. And so when I thought about it, when the words were coming out of my mouth, I was like, I know more than I think. I'm still surprising myself that I was trained well, or I learned the adequate amount of information to help people, not only just in the hospital, but in my everyday life. And so I want to give new nurses just some encouragement today that we know more than what we think. Right? Even though we're second guessing ourselves, we know more than what we think. Nursing school really did train us. It gave us the great foundation. But then also, I want to encourage you too that even if you don't know the answer, right? Even though you're probably second guessing yourself, it's okay to find a resource to actually know how to answer that, to go and give the right amount of information. So in the moment, if you feel like, hey, I'm not sure how to answer this, say, you know what, I'm going to find an answer out for you, and I'll come back and I'll give you a response. It's okay. Right? And I do know that as sometimes when I'm working, I don't know it all, and that's okay, but I know where to go to get the information. And so if you do look it up, you don't know the information, you go and find a resource, remember it. So the next time someone comes or your family member has that same question, you can answer quickly and give it to them in layman's terms. So I just want to remind you all and encourage you, you know more than what you think. Nursing school prepared us. It prepared us so well, so well. So I want to give you that encouragement.